since the beginning of time, private roads have existed. The original roads were toll roads, and they've been around for at least 2,700 years, since at least the 7th century BC. And the idea of taking private capital to build roads has been going on since at least the 17th century, going back to Britain, when the cash-strapped Parliament began chartering private corporations to fund what are called turnpikes, which those not from the Northeast may not be aware. Those turnpikes are almost always toll roads, whether they're purely private or if they're private-public partnerships.
Yes, and I think your history is exactly correct, and very few people know that. We did have private roads, and in the early days, they were just gravel roads, dirt roads, because we didn't have cement and we didn't have tar and stuff like that. It was a reasonably irrational scheme. And all was well for many years, many decades. And then finally, the government decided, well, what about people who skip around skip around and don't pay the toll? They decided, well, if people don't pay the turnpike booth, too bad. We're not going to stop them for theft of services. And then it became unviable.
Well,
Very,
yeah,
very.
that's it's interesting you mentioned them becoming unviable because the next thing I was going to mention is that these turnpike corporations they simply didn't make money. They weren't a new profit center. You would imagine that people would build these roads out of the profit motive, and they would be really greedy, and you'd end up having these outrageous rates to travel on the roads. But that's really not what happened. What appears to have happened is it was a community approach, and the community needs and the benefits of the community being connected to the larger engine of commerce is kind of what drove that.
Yeah, well, you're quite right that you wouldn't charge unconscionable, gigantic rates. But the way to maximize profits is not to charge $1 million every time you get on my road, because then you're not coming on my road. You go on a different road, and that other road will then have stores and factories and homes and stuff like that. So there'd be a little competition between road owners, which would keep prices down. The same thing with shoes. If I charge $1 million for a pair of shoes, I'm going broke, even if the cops will protect me, because there's a certain rationality in pricing, and roads are no different than shoes or shirts or anything else.
Hello, I'm Anthony Coleman. Thank you for watching this clip. If you enjoyed this clip from my show, you can click in the upper right-hand corner to see the full episode, or you can click in the upper left-hand corner to see other clips. Thank you, and welcome to the Economic Circus.